This video is sponsored by Renaissance Bank, the best bank in the South. Check them out at renaissancennation.com. The job that this guy, David Cutcliffe, has done at Duke is nothing, I think, short of magic, miraculous. It's incredible. You could say, well, you don't have to be that old to remember when Duke football was just awful. Well, that's the thing. You don't have to be old at all. It was not that long ago. Just an afterthought, Duke football. It's only a basketball school. And he's going into his 12th year at Duke, but Coach Cutcliffe has totally transformed that football program. Now, they're going to open the season against the Alabama Crimson Tide in a neutral site game. And it's a big deal for Duke football to be in that game. It is. Now, that said, Alabama's going to win the game, 40, 50. It's the first game. Maybe it's a 30-point game, but Bama's going to win the game. Here's the thing, though. It's a big deal for Duke to be in this game, win or lose, regardless of how it goes, because the next step for this program is to recruit at a higher level. High-profile games and being able to prove it helps you on the recruiting trail. All right, so let's take a look at David Cutcliffe and the incredible job that he has done so far in his first 11 seasons there. Here's what I think is really amazing about Coach Cut. Previous two coaches, Ted Roof and Carl Franks. Roof went 6-45. Franks went 7-45. So that's averaging 1.4 wins per year. So then David Cutcliffe gets the job at Duke. In Coach Cutcliffe's first 4 seasons at Duke, he tripled what the two guys prior to him were doing. They averaged 3.8 wins a year in those first 4 seasons that he was there for the Blue Devils. And then the next one really is the kicker. In the last 7 years, he's averaging 7.4 wins per year. So you go from the previous two coaches averaged 1.4 wins per season, triples that to 3.8 per year in his first 4 seasons. He's averaged 7.4 wins a year. Just a miracle what he's done there at Duke. And not to mention, he's been to 3 straight bowls and won all 3 of them. Here's a 3-play sequence from the game against Baylor last year, in which Quentin Harris, who will be the quarterback this year, played in. But just 3 plays, back to back to back, that show you a sequence of how David Cutcliffe will get defenses positioned one way or the other and then hit the play that he wants to hit. First play, 3-play sequence. They go empty, screen to the wide side of the field, make the defense run laterally. Come right back, read it. It's a give into the boundary. They're running to the sideline again. In the third play, now we're opposite. We fake screen and go up top and hit them for a touchdown. So if you go back and look, this is back-to-back-to-back plays. 2nd and 7, 3rd down, and then on 1st down. And on this 1st down play, so they get them in formation. He calls empty. You've got 4 receivers to the wide side of the field. And just on formation, look, if you were to draw a box outside the hash for the defense, they really only have 2 defenders out there for 4. So just on formation, pre-snap, they get them. Because you have what you want. Everybody's hat on a hat right here. Now, the defense does a pretty good job running to the football. Linebacker and a safety getting there. They got teammates getting blocked. But still, this defense forced to run to the wide side of the field, get on your horse. They're leaning left, go all the way to the sideline and make a tackle. So the next play, now they're into the boundary. He's reading that middle linebacker, knowing that if we go 2-by-2, 4 receivers, split them, and get any kind of zone coverage, that linebacker's going to stay put in the middle, and it'll be a give. So they get the give. Defense, again, has to run to its left, lean in left, run all the way to the sideline and make a play. And this time they get it blocked up here, they get it blocked up here, and outrun the defense for a big play, get a 1st down. So they have the defense running left, leaning left, 2 plays in a row, reeling just a little bit after sprinting, and they come right back, motion to empty, and they're going to set up screen out here now to the opposite sideline, right? So he makes it look like block. He makes it look like screen. This looks like screen, and he even pumps it here with a quarterback. We're going to draw him up. But really what's happening is it's fake block. I'm coming off of it and vertical up the seam. and inside is going to pick off of him and get a release on the vertical to the outside. And we pump that screen, get the defense sucked up, and throw a TD. Great 3-play sequence. Let's take a look at who's back, who's not, kind of the makeup of this Duke team in 2019. On the defense this year for Coach Cut and Duke, they've got 7 starters back on that side of the ball. And they've got, some key players there in the middle. And so they're pretty good on defense. They're good a year ago, and they ought to be really even better. But on offense, it's a totally different story. On offense, they're replacing their quarterback, their 2 best receivers off last year's team, 2 starting offensive linemen, and obviously on that quarterback, we know that was a first-round pick in Daniel Jones. So on the offensive side of the ball, they're retooling. So we're going to start over at quarterback. Well, who's it going to be? It's going to be Quentin Harris, who will be a senior, who's been around forever and has actually played some football for Duke. Here's Harris taking a singled up into the boundary, one-on-one with his outside receiver who gets free. It's a really good throw, puts it on him now. It's not on the sideline, but catchable. And this is the kind of thing where, for backup quarterback, and he was a junior last year in this game, a senior this year, but he can read this kind of thing where, 5 linemen as always, but an H-back tight end and a 7th blocker because you've got 11 personnel with a back. So what it gives you is 3 guys running routes. Here, vertical, in the middle, backside, and vertical over here. So look what they do defensively. They give him a 4-man front, 2 linebackers walking up, which you expect that if these stay in, you're going to get more than a 4-man rush. And this is 7-man protection. So because of that, quarterback doesn't have to really think about pressure. He can block. They're only bringing 2 linebackers. Even if they brought another, you still have enough to block. You got 7-man protection. It's going to be taken care of. Plus, one of your defensive front guys is dropping. This is a zone blitz look for Baylor. So on the snap, his eyes are in the middle of the field. That's because back here off screen is the only free safety. It's kind of a combo man free right here. And he's off screen, can't see him. So he's playing off him. Because you're going to get a win here in the slot on inside vertical. And then you got vertical coming here. So basically he's putting his eyes on that safety, either to hold him there or to read him and see which way he's going to go to tell him where he ought to go with the football. Safety stayed in the middle. He's already made his mind up. I'm going here. He is going to get a big-time win in the slot, but his eyes are now in the boundary. Option there, but if that safety sat in the middle of the field, you're going to come out here to the sideline with your throw. That's that safety trying to get over there, but he can't make the play because ball's thrown on time. If it's late, he's going to bat it away. If the ball is left too far inside on the numbers, he's going to bat it away. Now, ideally, you'd love for this throw to be out here, on his outside shoulder even a little more to keep him away from that safety. But it works because the ball came out on time and they missed the play, missed the tackle. Here's a play where he's going to take the one-on-one slant route into the boundary. Ball on the right hash, little play fake, drill it in there. But it's an interesting play call. I'll just show you a couple things they're doing in this offense. You got 11 personnel, tight end here, back here to his left, so potentially 7-man protect. Leaves you 3 receivers, 2 to the wide side, and singled up into the boundary. Let's watch it and keep your eyes on what these 2 are doing to the field. He's got a screen option right here based on the read or how the defense lines up, what he's been taught. He's got a screen option. This is bubble with a potential blocker right there. He has that option if he wants to take it. So if you're going to run a screen, complete the ball behind the line of scrimmage. On the backside, you can see you have one of your linemen who's going downfield right here. And ball snapped here. At the time the ball is thrown, he's 3 yards. So he's kind of right there on the borderline of what the rule is. By the time the ball is caught, you can see you have a lineman who's, 4 to 5 yards down the field. So it's an interesting play call all the way around with screen option here, lineman downfield on the same side as you're throwing a slant, kind of right over one of your lineman's shoulders. Actually got this backwards. These are his career numbers right here. He's at 50% in his career, 41 of 81. 510 yards, and career touchdown interception of 8-1. So pretty much any production in his career all came last season in a backup role. 34 of 68. So 68 of his 81 attempts in his career were last season. And you see 7-1 last year and 8-1 in his career. So pretty much all his playing time came last year. And there was a stint there where Daniel Jones was hurt.
Watch this. A lot of simple reads built in this game that he played in last year against Baylor. This is, just kind of a slant flat concept. Slant on the outside, you run into the flat on the inside. Flag coming in there, I believe, is for the nose guard jumping the snap. Baylor gave him 3-man front in this situation. It's probably, a 3-3 nickel, but with 11 personnel, tight end H-back, 1 DB's walked up there on the line of scrimmage. It's like a cover 3. And even though your bump man look right here, your corner over here, and safety way off screen back here in the middle, it's still like cover 3, and that's what it is on this side of the field. So he handles the low snap, but they're going to run slant into a defender off his hip who would try to cover, if it's man-to-man, this flat route. So he's just basically reading that. Handles a low snap, fake. You go back, you look at the route, going to run it right off his hip, make sure it's legal and you don't run into him. Again, this is what it looks like here. Just off his hip, and you can see it pulls his attention, and now you're going to get the flat. So it's a simple read, and he makes a right read and makes the throw, get a completion out of it. Here's a zone read built into the run game. Read an unblocked defensive end. He forced the issue, kind of charges the mesh point, but he makes a play out of it. And that's what you get a lot. Spread offenses, defensive ends know, if I'm unblocked, I'm free, and I see mesh, I just charge it and see if I can blow it up. And defensive end does that. But here, quarterback handles it pretty well, pulls the ball out of there, and go make some yards. 3rd and 10 situation. Quentin Harris, they're comfortable calling this quarterback draw with him. He can run the ball. Makes a couple of guys miss along the way on this first down run. You go back and look at it. Again, you've got backs and motion built into it. You're going to motion one back in there. From a play call perspective, David Cutcliffe, they do such a great job of using motion to move defenders around, get them out of the way. So if you look, motion came across. Now that linebacker has run himself out of what is going to be the lane. And because it was a 2-back set, you now have someone who's about to step up and block right here on a defender at the next level. And they've created the hole really nicely. The back, though, turned away, got confused on who he's going to block. So quarterback has to make him miss. And he's able to do that. So athletic enough to make one guy miss and make that safety miss as well and turn it into a first down. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. Little preview of the Duke Blue Devils ahead of their season opener with Alabama. Maybe just learn a little something about that team. And look, regardless of the outcome of this game, what Coach Cutcliffe is doing there at Duke is nobody really thought it could be done when he took over. So if you enjoyed that, let me know about it. If you didn't, I'll take the criticism as well. So hit me up, Twitter and Instagram, Radio Wyatt, and then, of course, on Facebook.com/Radio Wyatt. And here on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and click the bell over there so that you'll know when I post new videos, get notifications on that. And I appreciate the subscribers. Thanks to Renaissance Bank for sponsoring these videos as well. Really appreciate their support. And you should too. Head on in there, Renaissance, tell them I sent you. Renaissance Bank, the best bank in the South. And we'll see you on down the road. See you.